So let's say you have yourself the head off of an engine. This is one of the heads off of a Subaru EJ25 2.5 liter Subaru engine. Somebody has done some really egregiously horrid things to the exhaust port side of it here, where they've put a stud into it, and there's a whole bunch of seagull poop welding and some red RTV, and a whole multitude of sins have been committed against this engine. It's never going to run again. I'm tearing it apart for some arts and crafts reasons and to learn about engines a little more. But what I want to do right now is take the valve spring retainers out. Now, ordinarily, if you're into building engines, you'd probably have a retainer tool, and you go stab, pop, and they'd come out. I don't have one of those. So, made my own valve spring retainer tool. It's a removal only tool as far as I understand this process. Starts out with a smallish spark plug socket and the tap wrench. What you do is you pop this on over top of the valve spring retainer. It has to fit within the size of the retainer, of course. You don't want this to go down over, you want it to sit on top. And you give it a few healthy little love taps. Watch your fingers. There you go. Removed. So there's retainer and valve, or valve spring rather. Now, let me show you what has happened there. Inside of the retainer, there are these two little slightly conical clips, and they sit around the top of the valve. They sit in this notch in the top of the valve, like this on each side. So when you pound the retainer down off of there, they're exposed for a split second, and they can fall away from the notch and pop out and let the retainer come up off the top of the valve. Easy peasy. Somebody smarter than me would probably stick a little magnet down through here so they don't go flying, but I don't care if this ever works again because it's just going to be arts and crafts. So there you go. That's the cheap and dirty way to get valve springs and therefore valves and all these associated parts out of an engine head.